I really wanna know what makes you feel beautiful, what makes you walk around when no one
Welcome
is
to
around.
Females Are Fabulous Conversations. I'm Monica Merrill with What Makes You Feel Beautiful, and I'm so honored today to introduce to you our special guest. Her name is Deb Hart. She's an inspirational speaker, an author, and the founder of Pink Sisters. Everyone help me welcome Deb.
Good morning.
Good morning, Deb. Aloha. Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here.
Hey, our conversation is we want to tell everybody who you are, about your beautiful organization, about the inspirational book that you have published, and your upcoming trip to Maui. Tell us a little bit about your organization, Pink Sisters.
Well, like you said, I'm the founder of Pink SISTAS, and we've been existing for the past 10 years. What we do is no-cost retreats to survivors and fighters. We do have the metastatic women who come to our day retreat also. They arrive at 11 in the morning and they go home at 3. I teach them to paddleboard, kayak. We go out on a boat excursion. We have lunch. But most of all, it's about building their self-esteem and laughing, sharing the short version of their story and the common denominator of breast cancer. And all of this is at no cost to all women. We will have had 110 women this year.
Wow. Deb, you do some amazing work. Where's your organization located?
We are on the Columbia River, just outside of Portland, in a very small community called Fairview. We have our boat parked in a floating home community right on the Columbia River.
That sounds beautiful.
It is.
Pink Sisters has a book out, and you are one of the co-authors with 28 amazing women. Thank you. Tell us about your book. What inspired you to write it, and who are the other authors?
Well, all of these women are Northwest authors, and several of them will be on the trip to Maui with us.
Nice.
But how this got started was 3 years ago. We put it out there, and there were a lot of women who really wanted to share their story, pen to paper. And in some cases, that's a bit painful. But for the women who wrote their stories, I think it's been healing for them. So in this book, this year, in April, we produced this book. Pink Sisters is the publisher of this book, and there are 28 stories of survivorship.
That is absolutely amazing. And I want to thank you because I have that book and you sent it to me. And I'm so thankful for that. The stories are so amazing. And you've helped all of these women.
I have.
Yes.
And you know, the best part about the stories is at the end of the story is a little information about the author and a way to connect with them. Because breast cancer can be so lonely. So if you're reading this book and you find someone in this book that truly speaks to you, you can connect with them.
Beautiful, because we need support.
We do.
We need to know that someone else is there that understands, that speaks the same language.
Absolutely.
Yes. You can purchase Wave After Wave of Pink on pinksisters.org. If a woman came to you and shared that she was just diagnosed with breast cancer, what would you say to her?
Well, the first thing that people need to know is This is a very long journey with a lot of side effects. And the team of doctors that you have is so important. And if there's someone on that team that you just don't connect with, you need to run, and you need to find another team of doctors that you love, 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 because they're going to save your life. And it can be a very lonely journey these days of breast cancer. With the pandemic that's been going on, husbands don't get to kiss their wives before they go into an operating room. They drop them off at the front door. So it's been a very lonely past 2.5 years. And I always say, pandemic or no pandemic, women are still being diagnosed.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. How important do you think a woman's attitude plays a part in her healing?
Well, that's an individual type of situation. We all handle a diagnosis differently. And some of us try to be really, really strong. But most of the time, we're being strong for our family and our friends. And we are collapsing inside because it's so difficult. And what happens sometimes is after we've done our treatment, our family and friends give us a high five and they think we're past the treatment, so we're good to go. That's really when a storm hits, and it hits in a big way. What has happened to us, the changes that we're going through, the medication that we're on, and the side effects that we will, most of us, endure the rest of our lives.
That is a lot. And I think the average person really doesn't think about it because they're not going through it or experiencing it. And I want to just shine the light on your organization, because what you do is, the whole concept is support, and that they can connect with someone. A lot of times you think that it's your family that's going to be there, but a lot of times it's going to be your organization with these group of women that are going through the same thing.
Absolutely correct.
Thank you so much for the work that you do.
Thanks. You're
Thank you.
welcome. It comes from my heart. I love, love, love what I get to do.
Now, on our website last week, we published your personal story. And you are just amazing to me, because it wasn't just your diagnosis and what you went through with breast cancer. It was surrounding so many other life-challenging situations. And you managed to not just be a survivor from all of it, but you are a thriver, and just so courageous and so willing to share your story. I want you to check Deb's story out on our website. But before we move further, could you just share a little bit about that, your journey?
You know, I call it the year from hell because it truly was. It was devastation, and then it took me right on over to inspiration. But that did not happen in 1 year, 2 year. That was quite a process and a journey. So I just had to find a new way to heal. And I always say that every one of these retreats, it's another opportunity for me to heal by helping other people.
What do you do on your Pink Sisters retreats?
Well, they arrive at 11 in the morning, and we go out on a boat excursion. Then we come back and have lunch, and we always have an opportunity to share the short version of our story, but we only have an hour. So I usually have around 6, 8, or 10 guests. I prefer 8. And then I coach paddleboarding after lunch and kayaking, and that is partake if you want to. I also talk about the little man who sits right here on our shoulder and tells us that cancer is gonna come back. So
Oh,
at the
no. Wow.
river, it's an opportunity for you to flip him off and let him go downstream.
I love that.
We have, of course, a lot of pink flamingo floaty tubes. So it's the highlight of a lot of women's, actually, their year of after going through treatment to, just common denominator, be able to share their story. I'll tell you a little story that happened 2 weeks ago. We had a guest and she had her sunglasses on, and during story time, not everyone wants to share their story, but she kept her head down and her sunglasses on. And someone in that group said, "Hey, Deb, I read a little bit about you and I saw that you lost your son." And that created me to actually lose it and cry. She sat her sunglasses down on the table. She looked at everyone in the group and she said, "If you can be so vulnerable, so can I. I'm sharing my story for the first time."
Wow. That's what it's about. Wow. I think once you get it out and you can share it, there's more room outside than in our bodies. And then when we share, we're helping other people. And in turn, that is coming back to us as a healing and helping ourselves too. I love how freely that you share your story. It's like you understand the power in that. And even though at any moment it can trigger you just by someone mentioning it, you still share it.
I do.
And you allow yourself to go through whatever comes up and deal with it in the moment. And that's what I call just being ultimate courageous. Ultimately courageous you are.
Thank you.
Yes. Could you share a little bit of the importance of early detection and getting a yearly mammogram?
I can. I always say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm a facilitator and a director at the retreat. So for me, I feel like in all the stories that I hear, that early detection is the difference between stage 1 and stage 4. And with all the testing these days, with the BRCA testing, obviously it's about our family history. And I think that's where we should focus on getting the mammograms.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I really want to encourage everyone to read Deb's story on our website. So when I ask this question, you will really understand the answer to it. What are you most grateful for today?
My health. I think, when I was younger, my mom would say, if you have your health, you have everything. And I believe that to be true. My health. It is.
I wholeheartedly believe that too. That was some great advice from your mom. And, when we're younger, we don't think about it as much unless you have a health issue when you're young. But our health is everything. That I'm just agreeing with you. That's something that I wake up and I'm really grateful for. Even regardless of how I'm feeling, I'm really grateful for my health.
What makes you feel beautiful? I really want to know.
What makes you
Let's
feel
talk about
beautiful?
the way we feel, so that we
I
all
knew you were going to ask this question.
When women come together, there is something we
Well, I even took the class, okay? Along with many of my survivors took the class. I gotta say that for me, it's about finding my passion and I found it. It came from devastation, but that's really what makes me feel beautiful, is truly knowing that I am beautiful and I'm helping other women feel beautiful also, just by sharing the knowledge that I've learned from your class. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
At what makes you
That's
feel beautiful.
amazing.
Always
You
have
and
fun.
15
You're
other
limitless
women
and powerful.
took the
True beauty
virtual
shines from deep
flying
within.
retreat online
We're
with
here to
What
honor
Makes You
you
Feel
and to
Beautiful.
embrace you as our kin.
What was that experience like for you?
You know, the experience, I have to say, is you, Monica, who actually was able to allow our survivors who are coming to Maui to take that class at no cost. I know in running a nonprofit that it's very difficult. It's a very difficult way to not make a living, but just by helping other people. And I have to say that all of those women were super grateful, did not know what they were getting themselves into, but trusted Deb to say, this is going to be so worthwhile.
We met back in March,
We did.
and just out of the blue, I can't remember. I believe it. You left me a voice message,
I did.
and you just introduced yourself and said who you were and your organization, and that you were coming here to Maui to celebrate your 10th anniversary.
When we decided as board members that we were going to do something extra special to commemorate our 10-year anniversary, and it was the trip to Maui, well, I knew I needed to contact some other nonprofit because that's just how I am. I'm a big networker. And I'm not kidding you. It was like I did this like right after we got done with our board meeting. And of course, I always forget about the 4-hour difference. But Monica responded the next day, early her time, not early my time. Well, it might have been. It was 6 o'clock my time. So it was probably 3 or 4 your time. We had the most amazing conversation. And I just felt such a connection.
I did too.
I knew right there that we had the greatest person to network with, and not just network, but you are my friend. You are going to be my friend forever.
First, we were just, talking shop business and how we can connect, how we can make the event more eventful by collaborating the two organizations. But then we began to talk almost every day in the beginning, just trying to put the pieces together. And then we just shared a lot of personal things. And I believe that's just how we became friends. And it was just so natural. And it's a relationship that I'm very grateful to have. You are bringing 30 women here in October. And it will be from the 1st to the 8th, I believe.
The 1st through the 7th. Our board members are coming a day early. So 5 of us will get to come on the 30th of September.
That's exciting. What is your agenda while you're here?
Well, with the help of my friend Monica, we're doing a walk. And we're walking on the beach. We're going to start that walk around 8 a.m. I'm super excited. My survivors who are on this trip can't believe that we're actually doing a walk in Maui. But we have so many things planned. We would like to have, of course, hula dancing and lei making, but we are a nonprofit. None of us get paid. We are all volunteers as board members. So our budget is very limited. But we have Tanama coming to do around music around the campfire. Yes. Thank you for introducing me to her. We've had many conversations.
Nice.
And let's see, we have, well, we're open to a lot of other opportunities. We just don't have our agenda complete. But we also want to offer to our guests a time to sit on the beach and rest, rejuvenate, pivot when they come home, maybe in a different, better way. But most of all, make new friends. None of these women know each other. They all know me because I'm the facilitator of the retreats. But
I think you and the Pink Sisters will have plenty of time on the beach because where are you guys staying?
at Camp Oahu.
That's a beautiful location. We love that camp. And you'll be able to wake up and look at the ocean every morning.
I know. They have a great facility and it's very affordable for our guests because obviously we are on a really tight budget. So it's going to be amazing. Last week, we even found out that if we want to wash a load of clothes, we can. They have washers and dryers there too.
That's amazing. And it's so beautiful there.
Yeah. We've only seen videos, but we're super excited. One of our board members has been there 3 years in a row. She calls it Friends and Family Camp. And they fly in and they just 30 of them hang out for 7-8 days and eat together and go do their own thing and then come back home. And
one of the things on your agenda that you shared with me that I'm even jealous that you guys are going to be doing is your spa day at Lumeria. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, that just sat in our lap with one of our guests, Tara, who's quite the yogi. And she had planned a trip to Maui and do a yoga retreat for 7 days. Well, during the pandemic, she has experienced some really hardship and closed her studio and also closed her boutique. But she had made a significant deposit and it was non-refundable. But what they have done for us is they're going to allow us to come use their facility all day, do farm to table. Is that the correct way you say that? Table to farm?
Farm to table, yeah.
Farm to table meal. And we'll do yoga. We'll use their pool. We're going to be there the whole day. So that's pretty special too.
Special. Lumeria is one of my most favorite places on the island to visit. And I want to give them a shout out because they were the first ones to sponsor our events. And we had the female chefs tasty event there. And we had our board meetings there, our core meetings there. We ate at their beautiful kitchen area where you actually see them cooking and they're using everything fresh. Lumeria is one of the most beautiful places to just lay your eyes on. And you all are going to have an amazing time there.
Thank you. Thanks to Tara.
Thanks, Tara. So to help make your visit here even more special, we're asking the community if there is any hula girl, a lay maker that wants to share their special gifts with Deb's group. You can't come to Maui without doing a little hula and without making a lei.
Absolutely.
If you're a hula girl or a lei maker and you want to share your special gifts with Pink Sisters, just give me a call or email me aloha@wmyfb.org. You and I discuss having a beach walk. and it's an awareness beach walk for breast cancer awareness. We after we met, we started planning this walk, and this walk is a little bit different from other walks. This walk is very interactive. So one of the things that's different is that we're asking women to pair up with another woman and someone that she doesn't know and take that walk on the beach that morning at 8 a.m. at Airport Beach. And you can get all the information and details and RSVP. You'll see the link right here. If you want to walk with us, come out that morning. If you want to be a sponsor, we're looking for volunteers. And this is our first annual Pink Waves Beach Walk. Can you share a little bit about what this beach walk means to you?
Well, it's awareness. The Breast Cancer Awareness Month is the month of October. And this isn't just for survivors. This is everyone in the community to come and be a part of. And I think, there is a lot of pink out there during the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You just can't miss what the pink is all about. So come out, wear your pink, support this walk. It's our first time ever. And I'm super excited about that also. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you too, Deb. This is a collaboration with both our organizations, and I'm really, really happy to host this with you. We already have a sponsorship it's the Honda dealership, Maui.
Yes.
I want to thank them. They are sponsoring water and granola bars. Deb, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
I think we've covered it. Most of all, I'm just so happy to have you in my life, not just as a partner in the Maui experience that we're going to have, but also as my friend. And you have gone way far and above to help us with what we are coming to Maui to experience. And I just want to thank all of Maui, the whole community, for hopefully sponsoring, hopefully participating in our walk. And when you see us in and around town, stop by and say hi, because we're very friendly and very outgoing, and we would love to say hi and also just thank you, Maui, for hosting us.
That's right. And we're happy to have you. You truly spread a little bit of sparkle everywhere you go. I've experienced it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So again, I want to thank you for being here today and sharing your story. And I'm excited. We will actually get to meet in person the first week of October. And we hope everyone will join in on our beach walk. And hula girls and lei makers, don't forget to contact us if you're interested in collaborating to share your craft and your gifts.
Thank you.
I really wanna know what makes you feel beautiful, what makes your world go round when no one is around. Let's talk about our dreams to get us there collectively. Connect with that divinity. All women have this gift, you see, to put yourself first. You come into this life with worth.